so glad that you could join us today. We are starting our June series. It's going to be a series on faith. We're going to be learning about all kinds of people in the Bible who had faith and what we can do to have faith in our lives. But before that, let's start and play a game with Alex.
Hey kids, Alex here, and this morning let's play a game to get us moving. We're going to play Would You Rather. So I'm going to give you two options and you're going to pick one. So you're going to actually get up from wherever you're sitting and move to whatever side of the screen you choose. So for example, do you like cats or dogs? If you like cats, you would move over to this side of your room or the living room, wherever you are this morning. Okay, so you ready to go? Let's start with the first question. Would you rather be super hot on this side or super cold? Super hot or super cold? I'll give you a second to get there. Okay, now that you're there, let's do the second one. Would you rather go camping or to a resort with your family? Would you rather go rough it in the woods or have a really good time on an island somewhere? Pick your side. Okay, would you rather have popsicles or ice cream? I think this one's a little bit tough. Would you rather go to the park or go swimming? Would you rather get warm and sweaty or get cooled off? It's a hard one. Would you rather eat a hot dog or a hamburger at a barbecue? Outside in the hot summer, would you rather play with bubbles or chalk? What one? Would you rather be creative or bubbly? Would you rather eat mac and cheese or pizza? Would you rather go to an amusement park or a water park in the summer? It's a hard one. Rides or water? Would you rather go to a beach or to a pool? Would you rather the sand or the chlorine? Last one. Would you rather chips or candy? Salty or sweet? That was all for this week. Thank you so much for playing.
Welcome back. Thanks so much, Alex. All right, let's talk about our Bible verse. This month, we're going to be doing things a little different. Instead of talking about a different Bible verse every week, we're going to be doing the same Bible verse for the whole month of June. I really want you guys to memorize this one. It's found in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, and it goes like this. Faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. Sometimes it can be hard to believe in something we don't see, but we do it all the time. We believe that gravity will keep us on the earth, and we believe in lots of things that we can't see. One of the best ones is love. We can't see it in the air with our eyes, but we can feel it in our hearts. In today's Bible story, we're going to be learning about lots of people who had faith. So let's watch together.
Now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Hebrews, chapters 11 and 12.
Gotta have a little faith, 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 faith. Keep the faith. Take a leap of faith. You know, a lot of people toss around the word faith lately. We say you can break the faith or just take it all on blind faith. But true faith isn't blind at all. It's much more than just an inspirational word. True faith has to do with believing in all the things you can't see because you start with what you can see. Now, we can't see God with our physical eyes, but we can see the stories of people who came before us. They lived in a broken world like we do, but they chose to follow God. They chose to trust His promise that one day He would send a rescuer that would make everything right again. The writer of Hebrews in the New Testament tells us about some of these men and women in God's story. People like Noah, people like Abraham.
Abraham.
When God called Abraham, he was already getting old. He and his wife Sarah didn't have kids.
Leave your country and your people. Leave your father's family. Go to the land I will show you. All nations on earth will be blessed because of you.
God was planning on sending his rescuer as one of Abraham's great, etc. grandchildren. But still, even though Abraham had God's promise, he still couldn't see the one God was sending. Still, Abraham went on a wild adventure, following God's call, and even his descendants, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, all chose faith in God. Moses, too, was called by God from the fiery heart of a burning bush. Even though he was raised by Pharaoh's daughter, he chose to stand with his own people and face Pharaoh's anger to win freedom. We read about it like this in the book of Hebrews.
Moses suffered shame because of Christ. He thought it of great value.
See, when you check out Hebrews, you discover this huge list of people who followed God by faith, so many that the writer just stops trying to list all of them. Oh, but we can't forget Israel's most important king, David.
Get up and anoint him. This is the one.
Even though God had promised David would be king, though, David spent years on the run from King Saul, fearing for his life. Still, he chose to trust God.
The Lord is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need.
Now, none of these people in the Old Testament could see with their eyes how God was going to save his people, but they could see how he was working in their lives, how their needs were being met. So they chose to believe in his greater plan. They chose faith.
Faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. That is what the people of long ago were praised for.
Now, here's where the story turns. In Hebrews, we discover that none of those people in the Old Testament received what God had promised here on earth.
That's because God had planned something better for us, so they would only be made perfect together with us.
God's plan includes all of us from the very beginning of creation. So at just the right moment, at the perfect point in time, God sent his rescuer, the hero, his very own son, Jesus. Jesus showed us how to live. He showed us what God was like, and he told us the most important thing.
If you love one another, everyone will know you are my disciples.
Love God, love others. It's the heart of the whole story. But then, Jesus was killed, and his friends thought the story was finished. Period. Dot. The end. Until God raised him back to life. Jesus has defeated death, and those who follow him can live with him forever. But how do you follow someone you can't see? Well, that brings us back to faith.
Let us keep looking to Jesus. He is the one who started this journey of faith, and he is the one who completes this journey of faith. He paid no attention to the shame of the cross. He suffered there because of the joy he was looking forward to. So think about him. Then you won't lose hope.
The early believers, Peter and John and other followers of Jesus, had seen him teach and heal. They saw him after God raised him to life. But after Jesus returned to heaven, the believers continued to live by faith.
We have to speak about the things we've seen and heard.
Because of what the new Christians in the early church had seen, they could believe in what they could not yet see, the end of the story, where God makes everything right. They kept the faith, and because they did, we can choose faith too.
Wasn't that a cool video, seeing all those people in the Bible who had faith? For the whole month of June, we're going to be learning about all kinds of different people who had faith. And hopefully, by learning about all these people in the Bible, it will make our faith a little stronger too. So your challenge this week is to see how you can have more faith in your life. What areas do you think that you need to trust God more? So that is your weekly challenge. Before we go, let's bow our heads and close our eyes to pray. Dear God, thank you for today. Thank you for the amazing opportunity to learn about all these cool people in the Bible who had faith. I pray that you would help us to have more faith. I pray that this month we would learn lots of new things. I pray that you would keep us safe, that you would help us to be kind and help us to be brave. In your name, amen. Thank you for joining us this week. We are so thankful for all of you who tune in every week to our Mighty Kids service. This week, we are continuing our Find It Challenge. In the adult service that's starting in a couple minutes, we have hidden hearts all throughout the service. You will find more instructions on what to do with them in the adult service. So I'll see you there. Have a great week. Bye!